Good day, Oz Mining here. Welcome back to the mining warehouse. I've just driven over this evening. As you would have seen, I've got a few more Iceriver ASICs in the boot of my car, which I'm bringing into the mining warehouse, and we're going to get them plugged in this evening. The electricians have been here for the last few days, and they called me today to say it's all been finished. So yeah, pretty excited to see what they've done here. Let's have a look. Let's put this up here. There we go. So there's one, and then it should be the same down here. So I'm doing this one-handed. There we go. Beautiful. So what we've got here, we've got two metal cases. This is a little bit just for organisation, but also for fire safety, that all the electricals are in a contained fireproof box. We have two separate three-phase power supplies here. These will be delivering around 200 amps a piece, so 400 amps in total. And then these are running at 415 volts. I don't know what that means exactly, but it is a lot of power. And it's going to give us enough to run up to, we did some calculations today, around 24 or 25, 3,500 watt ASICs. So I think power is not going to be my biggest, well, I guess the amount of power is not going to be a limitation as we ramp up this mining warehouse. I think there will be other things and hurdles we're going to get to before that. Again, if we max this out, there may be other opportunities to bring in more power. A little bit harder because this is part of a bigger complex, not a standalone warehouse. But for now, if I can get 25 ASICs in here running 24/7, I think that model will stack up pretty well for this. If we're going to want to go bigger than that, well, that might need to be another premises. So yeah, really happy with that. Looks really neat. We've got the fiber up there. That's around 1,000 megabits or 1 giga, whatever, of fiber. So super fast internet there. But that's all looking really neat. What is going to be happening, hopefully, for the next few weeks, we're getting a couple hundred kilowatts of solar panels up on the roof, and that's then going to come in and feed into these. So whilst we are going to be drawing power from the grid, we are, for I would say a third of a day, let's say 8 hours a day, going to be generating, you will never get 200 kilowatts of power, but let's say it's a 50% sunny day, we're going to be 100 kilowatts of power. Then that's going to be enough to power all the ASICs that we would get into this warehouse. The solar will be coming in here and connecting into these distribution boards. One's called DB1 and one's called DB2, so that's great. So yeah, really loving that. We've been buying some more shelving to get ready. Some's just like general storage to put boxes and old, I guess, mining hardware to one side, and some will be actually to practically put the units on. The ASICs are turned off. The electricians were here today, like I said, so I didn't really want them to stop starting the machines. I don't think that's going to lead to longevity, so I just told them to turn the machines off. So here's the bad boys. It's quite hard to see these just sat here making no noise, doing nothing, when these two could be making around 150 Aussie dollars a day, but we will get them switched on in a minute. So here's the new setup upstairs. We've got, so one of the distribution boards is delivering, we're just taking half the power from each distribution board downstairs. So basically this is only half of what we could get up here, because I think what's going to happen, if we can run 12 ASICs up here, or a combination of ASICs and GPUs, I think it's going to get pretty hot in here. I guess restraints that we're going to head into. So I think I'm going to be then setting up something over that side of the warehouse. It could be just open. Maybe I'm going to buy a big shed or a container, and just, because airflow is going to be something I need to figure out at some point. Right now, this is a massive warehouse. The air just seems to sort of move around. It's not critical, but once we start the ramp up, airflow is going to be key. I'm going to have to figure out maybe some airflow coming through that window, maybe a vent in the side. We'll get there. But for right now, half of the power that this warehouse can deliver me is coming up here. The other half will probably go over the roof and down there. So future project, but we sort of had a bit of a rough plan how that's going to work. Yeah, so tonight we've had these two KS5s running for a few days. The yield's been amazing. I know it's going to drop. I know there's more hash rate coming online, but you've got to be in it to win it. I think looking at the plan ahead, I'm going to have to make sure, and this is kind of the commitment now, when new ASICs, more efficient ones come out, I'm going to have to buy one or two to sort of stay at the top of the tree. I think what I need to do as well, I've currently got 5 Iceriver, I think there's 3 KS5Ms and 2 KS5Ls. I may buy one more Ls and have 6 here, which would work quite nicely just to get a bit of OCD sorted out, 3 on each shelf. I think what I'm going to do though, I might put one up for sale, and if it gets purchased in the next month or so, start just to turn over equipment so that I can bring in fresher, better equipment. So say for example, if I sell a KS5L, then I can reinvest that and buy a KS5M or one of the Bitmain ones. So I think hardware turnover is going to be important. I'm sure some of the bigger bad boys, you know, like Voscoin or Hobbyist Miner would know this, but I think there is a certain turnover thing you need to do. If I look at some of my smaller, like gold shell mini box miners, which I've still got at home gathering dust, I should have sold them a while ago. They're actually unprofitable now. I probably could have sold them. I wouldn't have made a lot of money, but it's better than sat around doing nothing. So I think hardware turnover is going to be a concept which I need to look at, how that I can keep, I guess, my machines at the top generation. It's like GPUs. I've got my GPU farm is probably 80% 3070s. And that's not bad, because a lot of miners over the last 3 or 4 years will probably have more 1660s and 2060s. So I came in when 3070s were kind of the best, and that's most of my farm. But really, I should be selling some of them and buying some 4090s or 50 series cards. So I think that's one thing I have to be more disciplined around, is not get too attached to cards. I just need to move them out at a certain point. And yeah, so that's probably something we'll look at in the future. But anyway, just a very quick update, guys. I thought I'd show what's happening. I'm going to get all of the 5 Iceriver KS5s up and running today. There's going to be no ducting or anything. I'm just going to have to hope and pray in here. I'm not opening the windows just because of noise at the moment. Once we get all the silencers on, that won't be an issue. I'm actually going to turn all these around and have the air coming from the big area out, well, inside, but out there, through and out the windows to take all the hot air out of the warehouse mezzanine level. But for now, I'm kind of just pushing the air out that window, just freestyle, and it's just sort of going off into the ether and kind of disappearing a little bit. Like, these are waterproof, these warehouses, but there are gaps like around the front roller door and that, so air will generally escape. So it's going to be interesting getting all these on. It could get a bit crazy hot in here, but we'll just see how that goes. But for now, I just want to get them on, making some money. The other big thing I'm working on at the moment is a wholesale power arrangement. I'm trying to go to the market, and the farm with my projections will probably use about 200 megawatts of electricity a year. Sounds a lot, but when you break it down into 365 days a year, 24 hours in a day, quite easily, you know, running 10 of these ASICs, you can achieve for that pretty easily, even with having solar for a large amount of the day. So I am trying to find a wholesale power agreement, and I really need to get the cost of electricity here in Australia as close to 10 Aussie cents as possible. I don't think I'll get there, but that has to be my target, to try and get down to, I won't get to single digits. You could have maybe 2 or 3 years ago before the whole Russia-Ukraine thing kicked off. But if I can get in the low teens, I'll be pumped with that. And that means this farm will be profitable, viable, and will be able to supplement my free power during the day with a reasonable cost of running the farm overnight. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, keep the comments and feedbacks coming, because some of you give me some really good ideas, things I haven't seen. I am not the expert in this. I'm just doing this because I believe in it. And I'm really appreciating some of the feedback, tips, even some of the critiques. Shout it out, because this is all helping me. I really, really do appreciate it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully the next time we do a video, these will be up and running. I have ordered some more shroud kits, which hopefully we can get these shrouded up and get them more silent. So that's up and coming soon. Thanks for watching. Love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one.